Yo, what is going on today, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today, beautiful. It's beautiful today. We're going to talk about the patch and how it affected actual gold per minute, XP per minute, and if it had actually any real effect on the last couple days. I mean, the game is going to be changing. I mean, that's just what happens, but they made a lot of big changes to the gold. I want to just take a look at it. We've had 2 days to look at some information. I kind of glanced over it, and I think it's very interesting. So this is Benny Q. Benny Q, one of the best players in the world right now. Renowned mid lane dominator. He has played 4 games today, and he played 8 games yesterday. 462 gold per minute today. 517 yesterday. The day before the patch, 566. This is when he was playing ADC, so I went back before he started playing ADC, because ADC is just completely different. 593, 530, 540, 550 almost, 560, 550. So Benny has dropped almost 50 gold per minute of farm. And I mean, if you take that over a 30-minute game, that's 1,500 gold. And even if you take it slightly less, 40 gold per minute, Benny's still dropping about 1,200 gold over the course of a 30-minute game, which is what exactly Hyros wanted to do. They wanted to slow down the late game farming. The early game farming seems to be paced about the same, but it's a lot more of a differential in the later portions of the game. And now maybe you're thinking, you know, maybe that's just a Benny Q thing. Maybe Benny's just doing that. Well, mine, 509 today, 508 yesterday, and literally the days before, 540, 535, 511. Maybe an outlier game here because they had somebody rage quit the game, and yeah. But my gold is significantly less. Let's check fine. Okay. 504 today, or sorry, 504 yesterday. He hasn't played today yet. 504 Monday, 530, 527, 546. So even there, it's 30, 40 gold per minute down. And that's just what Hyros wanted to do. They wanted to slow down the later portions of the game. And with the, also you're farming less. There's less power in your 3k pots. Even if you are stacking them, it's not like a ton of power for every single one of them, a ton of intelligence, a ton of strength. I think this patch is doing exactly what Hyros wants it to do. And to show you kind of like what they wanted with it, they wanted a gold pacing changes. Item acquisition throughout the match has been adjusted so that players can build a tier 3 item every 5 minutes on average. Previously, this time we could get shorter as the match went on due to the higher gold scaling. So the later portions of the game, once you hit 25, 30 minutes, you're getting those 3k pots and you're stacking them a lot quicker because of how much gold was scaling. And it's cut in half. The gold scaling was cut in half. The base was also reduced by a good chunk. That first item you get online is not that much later, but it is a relevant amount. But those 4th, 5th, 6th items, those are way farther into the game than what we are used to. And I think it's actually been a perfect change of pace for Conquest. I think it's slowed down the game from a sprint farm point of view. Like a lot of times you would just play a character and just sprint around for farm and you didn't really care to team fight. Now there's actually more farm in killing, more farm in fighting than there is in farming. Well, there can be, I guess I should say. And I think it's been a really healthy change. If you guys have not played SMITE in the past couple days, or if you're, you know, maybe taking a little break because you don't like how much power farming is happening, and you'll have to ask specific solo laners how much this affects their lane, because I think they complained a lot about there's nothing to do in lane, we just farm. You'll have to ask them, ask the final case, the Nikas. But so far, it just looks like this was a positive change. And actually, speaking of Nika, let's see how Nika's is. Not a great day for Nika, but 465, 455, a couple lower GPMs days, but 530, 515. I mean, that's significantly less, and that's across the board. Now, granted, not a couple of great days for him, but still. Lastly, let's check an ADC. Let's see Zapman's farm. Zapman, the GPM king. Today he's played 2 matches, 548. He only played 1 yesterday for 436. But I mean, 602, 530. I guess it's not a ton of... He was jungling. Okay, I guess Zapman's isn't providing too much help. But he's in a match right now. Guess it's not showing me anything. But yeah, just across the board, I think this is a really good change. And there was one other change that I was curious about how it felt. And now that I've played a few different games, it's the minion TTK and the minion changes. The minion changes, first off, is an anti-magic shield, making them more resilient to magical damage. They gain 5% a magical damage reduction every 3 minutes, capped at 50%. This is insane. I was playing a Zeus game. I felt like I had to sit there and auto the waves so much longer. It's a really good change to make it so that mages just can't walk up and just insta clear a wave while you're trying to push with it. It's actually a pain to kind of clear them, but I think that's good. Those waves should be able to reach into the Phoenix or a tower if you're looking to siege. It shouldn't be a mage walking up, tossing one ability and insta clearing it. I think this is a really good change. And the other thing was the minion versus minion TTK. Minions aren't grouping super hard like they used to. If you weren't paying attention, sometimes a wave would be super grouped. You'd have like 4 waves on top of each other and they would be killing a Phoenix, and there was nobody in that lane for the past 30 minutes. Okay, maybe not 30 minutes. There was nobody in that lane for the past 3 minutes, and it's just a massive wave. Nobody's manipulated it or anything. There are still ways to manipulate the waves if you want them to group. If you kill archers, the waves will group really, really heavily. That is completely different than nobody's touching this wave, and it is still grouping very, very hard. And I think this is a really good change. Overall, I've really enjoyed this patch. The penetration changes to tower has been great. I think a lot of these things were just very positive. This is probably one of the best patches we've had in a long, long time. So if you guys have not played Smite in a little bit, I mean, even the balance was pretty strong. Some of it was maybe a little iffy. Like Mordred feels really fun now after his changes. There are little iffy things here and there, but across the board, this patch was like an A+, 98% out of 100. So yeah, if you guys have not played, go try it out. But yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the conquest changes. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys again next time. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video. Peace.